Hi everyone. When I won my first and only principal sabbatical, the topic that I really wanted to find out about and to write about was how come some leaders recover way faster than other leaders after a challenging situation or crisis? Me? Well, I was, and I guess I still am to an extent, one of those leaders who would spend the next week ruminating over everything that had happened, unpacking every sentence and counter sentence, only to pack it all up again like I was heading on a holiday, or maybe a holiday to somewhere really unpleasant, and then unpacking it all over again, ad nauseum. And yet I knew of other leaders who simply seemed to dust themselves off, let it all go and carry on with their lives. I couldn't help but wonder, was there something wrong with me? But maybe it wasn't a me problem at all. Maybe it was just the strange, relentless rhythm of school leadership itself. In education, we live on a steady diet of challenge and response. The job demands quick thinking, calm under pressure, and the ability to keep things moving, even when everything around you feels like a sitcom written by someone who's never even worked in a school. The challenges arrive and we still step up. That's what leaders do, and as a result, we absorb the stress, keep our composure, and guide everyone else through it. The key often being everyone else. But here's the thing. When it's all over, our brains often don't get the memo that it's all finished. Our brains just keep running the tape, ruminating, replaying, re-editing, ruminating more, replaying, re-editing. You know what I mean. I once spent a 5-hour tramp through the beautiful wilderness of the Southern Alps here in New Zealand, replaying a conversation that I'd had with a staff member. I'd handled it fine, calm, professional, kind and caring even. But the conversation had been a biggie. It was difficult, and yep, there were tears. So on the tramp, my brain kept trying to find that perfect script, and by the end of the 5 hours, I'd created an imaginary courtroom drama in my head, complete with witnesses, evidence exhibits, and closing arguments. And the verdict? Well, I was tired. So tired. And I'd missed out on all the breathtaking scenery around me. But that's the thing about rumination. It looks like problem solving, but it's really just worrying in fancy shoes, or in my case, tramping boots. When we're in the middle of a challenge, our bodies go into full leader mode, adrenaline spikes, focus sharpens, we act. But when the crisis passes, our body calms down before our brain does. What's left is a kind of mental echo. It's a leftover change that keeps us mentally stuck in the situation that's already been resolved. And it's very, very annoying. And of course, this has a huge impact on your energy levels. Rumination, well, it's a bit like leaving your laptop running overnight and the battery quietly drains away while you're not looking. So how do you stop looping and start recovering faster? Well, first, you've got to recognize it. When you catch yourself replaying the script, you say to yourself, yeah, I'm looping. That tiny moment of awareness breaks the trance. But you can't just stop there, and there's a more than even chance that you'll need to come back to this first step again and again. Next thing you need to do is move. Physical movement resets the mental energy. Go for a walk, weed the garden, mow the lawns. Yep, that's what principals do sometimes, you know. It's the most honest form of therapy that I know. Movement tells your brain, crisis over, we're safe now. Okay, so I know what you're going to say. This movement gig didn't help me while I was tramping through the Southern Alps, did it? And that's very true. The problem that day was that I'd forgotten to do step 1. You've got to recognize the loop to start with. Next thing you need to do is reframe it. Instead of saying, why did that happen? Ask, what did I learn? The difference between rumination and reflection is actually a bit of direction. One circles the drain and the other moves you forward. Try writing one sentence that captures that learning. Keep it to one sentence though. There's no need to write a full novel here. You know, something like, next time I'll start with calm instead of the storm. Or, note to self, no tricky emails after 6 p.m, switch off notifications on all my devices as well. Don't forget that last part. That single sentence becomes your full stop. The event is done, lesson learned, time to move on. And here's an underrated recovery tool, laughter. Not the dismissive kind, but that kind that releases tension and reminds you that the world isn't ending. This might mean getting away from it all completely and finding something else to laugh at, far from the corridors of education. You've been through a crisis. It's okay to get away somewhere else, to find some joy. Finally, recover deliberately. Don't just wait for the feeling to pass. Create a ritual that marks the end of the storm. For me, it's coffee, 10 quiet minutes outside, breathing, reminding myself that the crisis was temporary and that most things in schools turn out fine once the dust actually settles. For you, it might be music. Actually, music works wonders for me too. a walk, a chat with someone who gets it, or let's be honest, a lime thick shake. Whatever it is, make it your mental reset button. Oh, and use the 24-hour rule, max. Give yourself permission to think about it for a day, then stop. After 24 hours, new energy belongs to new challenges. Sadly, the truth is the crises will keep coming. That's just leadership. That's why you get paid the big bucks. But you get to choose how long they stay living rent-free in your head. It's probably worth repeating that. You get to choose how long these feelings, ruminations, and mental thrashings get to stay rent-free in your head. And when the dust settles, give yourself permission to stop replaying and start recharging. The challenge is temporary, but the learning is permanent. You did your best, and it was enough. Now go find that coffee or a lime thick shake. You've earned both. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, then you'll undoubtedly enjoy reading my book, Am I Having Fun? Is stacked full of great leadership ideas to help free up your thinking time so that you can enjoy your job a lot more. Go get your copy now.